Not every war makes noise. Some of the most intense battles happen when no one is watching, when you're smiling on the outside and fighting on the inside. And here's a statement that may sound strange, but it's true. The more chosen you are, the more invisible your battles tend to be. Not because you are weak, but because God trusts you to endure what others could not. Maybe you've already wondered why life feels heavier for you than for others, why your mind never shuts off, why your heart is always on alert, why there's an invisible war happening inside you while the world keeps moving normally. This isn't coincidence, it isn't bad luck, and it certainly isn't a mistake. There is a hidden purpose behind these invisible battles, and today you're going to understand exactly what it is. If at any point you felt different, out of place, carrying struggles that no one seems to notice, this video is for you. Stay with me until the end, because you'll see your battles in a completely new way. And maybe, for the first time, they'll finally make sense. And comment down below. Do you feel like you're fighting battles no one sees? Leave a like and subscribe to the channel because this message might be exactly what you needed today. Not every battle makes noise, and that's where many people get confused. The chosen ones, especially the chosen ones of God, learn early on that invisible battles are the most exhausting because they happen far from applause and attention. While the world associates strength with those who shout, expose, and react, an invisible war is being fought in the silence of the mind and heart. That's where God begins shaping mental strength, when no one is watching. And honestly, that completely changes how struggles are seen. There's a common expectation that those who suffer will show it, ask for help constantly, or break down publicly. But chosen ones rarely function that way. They keep going, tired, confused, and facing battles no one notices. Have you ever seen people who seem too strong for the pain they carry? That's not absence of suffering. It's self-awareness being forged in the middle of an invisible war. It's learning to move forward even when everything inside asks for a pause. And here's a truth that may be uncomfortable, but freeing. If no one sees your pain, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It means you learned how to be strong in silence. The chosen ones are not spared from battles. They are trained by them. God doesn't waste struggles, especially invisible ones. Every internal conflict carries a hidden purpose, not yet fully revealed. And this becomes clearer when certain patterns start repeating in life. There is a silent pattern that follows the chosen ones from an early age, even though few can name it. It's that strange feeling of being different without knowing exactly why. While others seem to fit in easily, the chosen often feel one step out of rhythm with the world, not out of rebellion, but because they carry a deeper perception of life. That difference is often the first sign that God is shaping something beyond the obvious. Over time, this pattern shows up as an emotional weight above average. Chosen ones feel more, think more, question more. Small situations turn into deep reflections, and simple conversations become gateways to self-awareness. It can feel like a burden, and many days it truly is. But this sensitivity is not weakness. It's preparation to face invisible battles that require emotional maturity and mental strength long before adulthood. You may have wondered why it feels like you're carrying a weight that doesn't match your age or your story, as if life switched to hard mode too early. The truth is, God does not assign deep responsibilities to shallow minds. The battles come because there is capacity to endure, even when that's not yet clear. And this silent weight, which few understand, often leads to a feeling that nearly every chosen one knows very well. Chosen ones are almost always surrounded by people, yet paradoxically feel alone. It's not lack of company, it's lack of real connection. Superficial conversations drain them, crowded spaces feel empty, and the sensation is being physically present but emotionally distant. This loneliness exists because those who fight invisible battles see layers of life that not everyone is ready to access, and that creates silent distance. There's also an extreme caution when it comes to opening up. Chosen ones learn early that not everyone knows how to handle depth. Saying too much can invite judgment, minimize pain, or twist meaning. So for protection, they remain silent. Not because they don't trust, but because they understand that some battles can only be fought alone with God. This silence, though heavy, strengthens mental resilience and teaches emotional discernment. There's a phrase that captures this perfectly. The chosen one's loneliness is not the absence of people, but an excess of depth. While many seek distractions to escape themselves, the chosen are pushed inward. This internal dive, though uncomfortable, builds rare levels of self-knowledge. But such depth raises an unavoidable question. If these battles are so intense, why does almost no one see them? Invisible battles exist because the most important processes in life happen offstage. God works in silence, in hidden places, where no one applauds and no one interferes. Chosen ones are shaped in this discreet environment where pain doesn't become a spectacle and growth doesn't need external validation. It's there, in the anonymity of inner struggles, that emotional and spiritual structure is built. True strength is not born in comfort, it's born in internal confrontation. While many only grow when conditions are favorable, chosen ones learn to grow in the middle of an invisible war. Every doubt, every sleepless night, every deep thought is part of a training that cannot be rushed. God doesn't reveal everything at once because maturity cannot be built in haste. The battles remain invisible precisely to protect the process. Not all preparation needs to be displayed, and not every victory begins in the visible. Chosen ones go through phases where it seems like nothing is happening, when in reality, everything is being organized internally. This is when the mind strengthens and character aligns with purpose. And this silent work carries a specific cost, an emotional weight few can explain, but many feel daily. At some point in the journey, chosen ones notice a fatigue that doesn't come from the body, but from the mind. It's a silent exhaustion, hard to explain, that appears even on seemingly normal days. The mind won't shut down, the heart stays on alert, and invisible battles continue even when everything looks calm on the outside. This invisible war drains energy because it demands constant awareness, discernment, and emotional control. Many live with a quiet anxiety, not the kind that paralyzes, but the kind that follows you. It's like always walking a few steps ahead, predicting scenarios, analyzing possibilities, carrying emotional responsibilities that aren't always yours. Chosen ones feel deeply, perceive nuances, and catch what isn't said. That's not weakness, it's heightened awareness. God expands the perception of those who will be responsible for more in the future. Deep thoughts become frequent companions, and there's not always someone to share them with. This mental intensity, when misunderstood, can feel like an unfair burden. But when seen clearly, it reveals a calling towards self-awareness and stronger mental resilience. The weight exists, yes, but it prepares. And every true preparation includes an unavoidable moment, the test of endurance. Chosen ones are not tested to be destroyed, but to learn how to sustain themselves internally. Life presses, provokes, and insists precisely to develop emotional self-control and mental clarity. This is the stage where many learn to continue without applause, without recognition, and sometimes without support. God allows this kind of struggle because true strength is not born from external validation, but from internal faithfulness to purpose. Continuing when no one notices is one of the greatest trainings of mental strength. Chosen ones learn not to depend on environmental motivation, but on internal conviction. A simple example: while some only move forward with encouragement, the chosen learn to act in silence even while exhausted. They build discipline where doubt once lived, consistency where fear once ruled. This changes everything. And there's a truth that time reveals: what challenges you today will sustain you tomorrow. Every invisible battle develops a skill that will be needed later. Every struggle shapes a part of character that will be required in the future. The test is not punishment, it's silent preparation. And at some point, something begins to shift inside, as if the pieces finally start falling into place. There comes a moment when chosen ones realize it wasn't bad luck, nor meaningless suffering. Something awakens inside, like a quiet shift in perspective. Invisible battles begin to be seen as parts of a greater process, not punishments. God starts revealing meaning where there was once confusion, and what felt like chaos gains internal order. This awakening doesn't happen explosively, but gradually. Small realizations appear in daily life. More conscious decisions, calmer reactions, clearer boundaries. Chosen ones see how struggles shape character, taught discernment, and strengthened the mind. What once wounded now teaches. The past stops being a burden and becomes a silent instructor on the path of self-knowledge. What's most interesting is that even without major external changes, everything changes internally. Peace begins to appear in the middle of the invisible war, and mental strength stabilizes. It's not the end of battles, but it's the beginning of understanding. And when clarity arrives, an inevitable practical question follows. How do you stay strong while the battles still continue? Surviving invisible battles requires emotional maturity and conscious choices. Chosen ones learn that not every struggle needs explanation and not every pain needs exposure. Sometimes silence protects more than 1,000 words. Staying silent is not weakness, it's strategy. God teaches his chosen ones when to speak, when to act, and when to simply observe, preserving mental and emotional energy. Another essential step is stopping comparisons with those who don't carry the same calling. Comparison steals focus, distorts the process, and weakens mental strength. Everyone faces battles, but not all are invisible. Chosen ones must understand they walk at a different pace, with different responsibilities. A simple, practical step is reducing exposure to content that fuels comparison and investing more time in reflection, reading, and intentional silence. Strengthening mind and spirit daily is not luxury, it's survival. Small practices matter: journaling to organize thoughts, walking in silence, moments of prayer or meditation, and feeding self-awareness through meaningful reading. Trusting the process, even without full understanding, is an act of mature faith. And when that trust begins to solidify, a specific message emerges for those reaching their limit. Maybe you're watching this exhausted, drained inside, trying to stay strong one more day. Chosen ones often reach this point quietly, without asking for help, carrying invisible battles no one imagines. If the weight feels overwhelming, know this: it's not a sign of delay or failure. It's a sign you remain standing long enough to be prepared. There's a silent lie many chosen ones carry, that something inside them is broken. But the truth is different. God doesn't waste struggles, and he doesn't assign invisible wars to those who can't endure them. The exhaustion you feel doesn't come from weakness, but from prolonged resistance. You didn't stop because you learned how to keep going, even when everything inside begged for rest. If you've made it this far, it's not by chance. This message reaches those who are ready to hear it, even in the middle of mental and emotional confusion. Invisible battles don't define you, they train you. And if something here touched you, it's because, in some way, this message is for you. Now all that remains is turning recognition into action. After all this, it becomes clear that chosen ones don't face ordinary battles. They face invisible ones, fought in the mind, heart, and spirit, where few can reach. If something resonated, it's because you recognize pieces of your own story in these struggles. God speaks in subtle ways and often uses simple words to reach those who have been silent for a long time. This channel exists for that reason, to strengthen those called for more, yet rarely understood. This isn't empty motivation. It's mental strength, self-awareness, and spiritual understanding to walk through invisible wars without losing essence. Chosen ones need a space where they don't have to pretend everything is fine. So I invite you to join this conversation. Comment below. What invisible battle are you facing today? If this video made you feel seen or understood, leave a like. It helps others in silence find this message. And subscribe to the channel to continue receiving content that strengthens God's chosen ones, even when no one is watching. Now that you understand why chosen ones face invisible battles, The question is no longer, why is this happening to me? But what am I going to do with all of this? Self-awareness without action becomes heavy consciousness. The struggles you face demand different decisions, more disciplined thinking, and a strengthened mind daily. Small habits done consistently completely change how you walk through an invisible war. What can you apply starting today? Begin by observing your thoughts, choosing your battles wisely, and respecting your limits without guilt. Stop judging yourself as if you were like everyone else. You're not. God's chosen ones walk deeper paths, and that requires mental strength, strategic silence, and practical faith. God didn't call you to survive on autopilot, but to grow consciously through struggle. Now tell me, which part of this video spoke to you the most? In which invisible battle do you realize you need to change your posture today? Comment below. I want to read it. If this helped you, subscribe and turn on notifications, because here you'll keep learning how to grow stronger on the inside, even when no one sees it.